de retour dans
third
Hydromatics.
studio album and fourth album because we have one 10-inch live record.
That's right.
And I think fifth tour, right?
Yeah, it's the fifth.
C'est sa 5e tournée, c'est le 3e album en studio, et puis c'est le 4e si on compte le EP qu'on vous a passé juste avant, avec le titre Runaway Slaves. Because Scott, I know that you've got always all these projects. Tu as toujours tous ces projets. You've got the Solution, right?
Solution has a second record coming out. Last year we put out a Sonics Rendezvous Band box set.
That's right.
On Easy Action. Solution is on Sound Pollution in Stockholm. And
you got a hit in Stockholm.
We did a song called I Have to Quit You Baby.
That's right.
And it was a big hit. And I think maybe next year the Rationals will finally come out on Ace Records, which is a reissue label in London.
Okay.
And then I have another band at home called Powertrain that just released our first studio album. We've had a previous album that was recorded live with Dennis Tech from Radio Birdman and Ron Ashton from the Stooges and Hiawatha from the Cult Heroes.
A live record.
Pardon me?
It was a live record with Dennis Tech and Ron Ashton.
Live.
Live record.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oui, donc il y a beaucoup de projets. Il y a la Sonics Rendezvous Band box set qu'on vous a passé déjà pas mal de titres. Il y a aussi Solution, ouais, donc qui est un peu en quart pour l'instant, mais qui avait eu un hit à Stockholm, I'm Gonna Quit You Babe. Et puis il y a aussi donc Powertrain, un groupe que tu fais avec Robert in Powertrain, il plays bass. What's his name? I saw
Roberta? What did you say?
Robert, the bass player.
A bass player from which band?
In Powertrain.
Oh, well, he's a guitar player.
He's a guitar player. You play with Mitch Ryder, I saw.
Yes,
Yeah,
Robert Gillespie.
Robert Gillespie.
And also plays with Mitch Ryder, yes.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
And he played with Rob Tyner, that's right.
Voilà, qui joue aussi avec Rob Tyner.
From the MC5.
That's right.
Lead singer for MC5.
Avec le chanteur de MC5. So a lot of stuff. And what about you, Tony? You still playing the Nitwit, right?
I'm set to report that our bass player Mikey passed away last week.
Oh shit.
So he was the best punk rock hardcore bass player in my opinion. So replacing him, it could only get worse after this. So I'm not sure if I want to continue dealing with. Maybe start something new altogether.
D'accord, il y a une tragédie en fait au sein des Nitwits puisqu'il y a le bassiste qui vient juste de mourir la semaine dernière. Et donc il se demande s'il va continuer parce que c'était le bassiste le plus hardcore qu'il y avait dans le coin. You're still living in Amsterdam, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Mikey was also living in Amsterdam, and when MDC would come down, he would tour with them, and when they did with Short, he would tour with us.
Okay.
So
we also lost another good friend, Benno, who was like our tour manager when we started, and kind of our go-to guy.
Yeah, he was also in it with Benno.
Yes.
Ils ont perdu aussi leur he was a tour manager, right?
He was everything. You know, he did a lot of things, and he was working with the Rolling Stones and in Madrid, and it was all big news. You know, that five people were killed.
Well, I think
three people were killed in a scaffolding accident after the show in Madrid.
Ah. Il est mort à un concert des Rolling Stones. Il y a un truc qui s'est cassé les gueules. J'ai pas bien compris exactement c'est quoi. Il y avait 3 ou 4 autres personnes. Et Bruno, donc leur tour manager, malheureusement, était de l'affaire. On va parler de choses un peu plus gay. Ken Stillman, he was supposed to be with you on tour, right?
No. There was a lot of things that happened. At one point, Nick from the Helicopters was going to be involved in this, and there's a lot of other things that we won't even go into. But Kent did record the album with us in March, but we couldn't, bring him over for the tour. So we're, just Tony and I is enough guitars, I think, for the band.
Okay.
And the bass player who played on the record, Teo, who's been on all of the Hydromatics records, was also not able to tour with us. So the guy who produced, engineered the record in Germany, Paul Grace, is playing bass with us and doing a great job. He knows the songs better than I do, I think.
Ok. Non, en fait, il y avait aussi Nick des Helicopters qui était annoncé, puis ça s'est pas fait. Comme Ken Stillman, c'était plutôt des rumeurs. Sinon, ils ont changé également un autre membre du groupe. Donc voilà, c'est une nouvelle version des Hydromatics. A lot of people are talking about the Sonics Rendezvous Band, especially with this box set today. Beaucoup de gens parlent de Sonics Rendezvous Band. how do you explain it at this particular moment of history? Everybody seems to be interested. Maybe,
Why it's out, or
No, I mean, with this, maybe you think it's because of the Stooges reunion too, where people are more interested to focus what happened in Detroit at this time.
well, I'm not sure
After.
why the record label was interested. I think they just were fans, and we had friends that were involved both in Easy Action Records and Bob Matthew, who was the executive producer, and probably the Stooges reunion had something to do with it, and that also helped. When the first Sonic's Rendezvous Band stuff came out of Mac Aborn, the Sweet Nothing and City Slang records, that helped the Hydromatics get off the ground.
Yeah.
And now this new one is just kind of like keeping everything going, and people were asking why was there 6 records that we didn't know about, 6 discs, And it's because we didn't really record in the studio, and that's the whole reason why we formed the Hydromatics. Well, not the whole reason, but that was a part of the reason that we formed the Hydromatics.
Yeah, it was an incentive.
Yeah, it was an incentive, yeah.
You mean to record in studio the live songs of the Sonics Rendezvous?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Okay.
because they hadn't been released yet.
Yeah, that's right. Except 2 songs, I think. Yeah, City Slang and yeah.
Only City Slang.
Only City Slang.
Electrophonic Tonic was supposed to be the other side of City
That's
Slang,
right.
but it wasn't released.
Okay, I need to translate a little bit.
Sure.
Moi, je fais la begin. Yeah, but Sonics Rendezvous Band, en fait, il y a eu donc quand ils sont formés les Hydromatics. Au départ, c'était pour jouer en studio les morceaux du Sonics Rendezvous Band, parce qu'ils avaient été jamais vraiment enregistrés, à part City Slang qui était vraiment en single avec Electrophonic Tonic. Qu'est-ce que j'ai oublié de dire aussi Isabelle avant, on ne sait plus trop. J'espère que vous comprenez un petit peu l'anglais. C'est Substitute, AligreFM 93 points. And about this new record of the Hydromatics, because I did not listen to it, I'm sorry. So, where did you record, and how does it sound?
Well, we crafted a few new songs, and Scott still had a few ideas. Kent had a few ideas, and we merged it together to an album, which I think is pretty solid. And it's a real album. It's not filler.
Okay. You record in Holland?
No, in Wuppertal,
Okay.
outside of Cologne.
Cologne.
Yeah.
Germany, yeah, okay. Who produced that? You produce yourself the record?
Kent produced it with Paul, who plays bass now with us.
Ken Stillman.
Yeah, Kent's credited as producer. This production thing gets kind of like sketchy after a while. Like he's credited as producer, but I think Paul did a lot of the work. I think Tony and I did a lot of the work, and I think Reese and Teo also. Like we all kind of put it together, and it's who actually produced it is just who's credited.
Sure.
Hey, William is credit.
Yeah, he's got it.
Cette histoire de production, c'est un peu un sketch. Ils disent, en fait, c'est Ken Stillman et puis un autre gars qui s'appelle Paul, qui sont crédités en tant que producteurs, mais bon, ça veut pas dire grand-chose. Puis ils ont tous un peu mis la main à la pâte. Ça a été enregistré aussi du côté de Cologne, en Allemagne. And is it always this mix between high energy rock and roll and more a little bit soul?
It seems to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
for you to
because we always make